So here I'm pulling out the panel some. The more I pull it out, the less Bondo I'll have to use to make it flush with the fender. It's not too bad, but it's enough to where it was pretty uneven. And once I get it to line up somewhat, I go ahead and sand it down and try to put some Bondo on there or body filler in there to get it to match up better and to make it look smoother. You see I'm wearing just a simple microfiber mask. If you do a lot of fishing, you see people wear these masks all the time. You wear them, a lot of times we wear them because we don't want to have to put sunblock on our face. So you wear this mask and a hat, and you can wear some long sleeve shirts, and you don't have to go fishing with sunblock on your face. But this also works for sanding because since it's a microfiber, it'll keep a lot of the particulates out of your nose and out of your mouth, and works perfectly fine for sanding. So if you don't like wearing those masks, you can always consider getting one of these and putting them on, and they'll work just fine as far as keeping out dust and particulates out of your nose and everything. And it's actually a lot more comfortable than wearing one of those particulate masks. So here you see me using a piece of paper. What you do with this is you just get a piece of paper, run it along the panel where you added the filler, and what ends up happening is you can see the space between the paper and the body filler, and if there's a gap in there, that means odds are you will have to either sand it down some more or add a little bit more body filler, and then you just run that piece of paper along, and as long as there's no gap, then you've probably got enough filler in there, and the surface is actually going to be smooth. I still had a few gaps here, so I just went ahead and went in with a final coat of Bondo, and once I sand this down, it'll be just right, and the surface will be smooth enough. And once it's smooth, you can go ahead and lay down a primer, let it dry, and once it dries, you just kind of wet sand it smooth again. now that I have the panel primered, I'm just gonna leave it like this for now. And once I finish the bumper and have that primered, I won't actually do the final wet sanding of the parts that I'm gonna paint until right before I paint it. It's just that way, you know, I can make sure that all the particulates and any contaminants are removed with the wet sanding. And once that's done, then, you know, I'll go ahead and paint the panels. Alright, since I have no way of actually gel coating the bumper repair, I'm kind of using JB Weld as a form of gel coat. I'll go ahead and let it harden for 24 hours and then come in, wet sand it, get it smooth, put some primer on there and smoothing it out. And in the next video I'm going to go ahead and wet sand all the parts that I'm going to paint, and guess we'll give it a try, see how it goes. I won't be painting any of the parts on the car. I have a little shop in the back that has a little bit more control as far as wind and dust goes, so I'll go ahead and take the door off and panels and spray them inside this shop, and I guess we'll see how it goes. Guess I'll see you in the next video.